I want an open marriage, time to explore real men, my wife demanded. Sure, I replied, then she lost it when our smoking hot neighbor wanted me. Months later, divorce papers were the final punch. Update 2. Meanwhile, I was thinking about mortgage payments and STD risks. Finally I just stopped arguing, and decided to play the long game. Okay Jen, I said. Jen blinked. Okay, just okay. Yeah, I said. If that's what you want, let's do it. She looked like someone who'd prepared for a war and suddenly found the enemy surrendering, suspicious but relieved. Let her think she'd won. That would make the next moves easier. Jen's shocked expression quickly morphed into a smug smile like she'd won something. Wow, I didn't think you'd be so open-minded. She was practically bouncing. This is going to be amazing for us, Dave. We should set some ground rules. I nodded. Sure. What were you thinking? She jumped right in. Well, we should be honest about who we're seeing. No lying or sneaking around, and we should still prioritize each other like date nights and stuff. Makes sense, I said. And maybe we start with just casual things. Nothing serious or emotional with other people. I just kept nodding, watching her lay out this framework she'd obviously been thinking about for weeks. Probably had the CrossFit guy lined up already. He'd been liking all her Instagram posts. Subtle. When were you thinking of starting? I asked. She looked away. Well, there's a gym social thing tomorrow night. Of course there was. Go for it. I said. I've got a 3-day haul starting tomorrow anyway. She was confused and seemed almost disappointed at how easy this was. She'd clearly been rehearsing arguments in her head, expected me to fight harder, maybe even wanted me to. The next 6 weeks were wild. Jen dove into her new lifestyle with enthusiasm. I'd respond with simple okay or have fun messages. Never asked for details. Drove her crazy that I wasn't jealous. It was like watching someone live out a fantasy they'd convinced themselves was sophisticated and evolved, when really it was wanting to have sex with someone new while keeping your security blanket at home. Meanwhile, I was quietly putting my house in order. Called my bank and set up a new account at a different bank. Started moving small amounts over. Nothing suspicious, just enough to build a safety net. Documented everything happening in our marriage in a password-protected file. Scheduled a consultation with a divorce attorney during one of my longer hauls. I also stepped up my gym routine, started doing heavy compound lifts, added cardio, lost 15 pounds of fat, started gaining muscle, started taking better care of myself overall. Figured if I was going to be single again, might as well be the best version of myself. The attorney Mike had seen it all before. Classic case, he said after I explained the situation. She wants to have her cake and eat it too. Your house is premarital, so that's protected. No kids makes it cleaner, keep documenting everything and don't confront her yet. Mike was this no-nonsense guy in his 50s. Divorced twice himself, ironically enough. Said his own experiences made him better at his job. Could spot the patterns because he'd lived them. Women like your wife, he said, leaning back in his chair. They think they've got it all figured out. Think they can have the freedom of being single with the security of being married. Doesn't work that way. I followed his advice, kept my head down, let Jen have her fun, and quietly prepared for the inevitable. About 2 months into this arrangement, the other shoe dropped. There's a neighbor, Amanda, 35, female, who lives 2 doors down, hot as hell, fitness instructor type, always in yoga pants. For years she'd been too friendly with me, according to Jen, who'd made jealous comments about it. Amanda would sometimes chat with me when I was working on my truck in the driveway. Simple stuff, cars, neighborhood gossip. I'd always kept it strictly neighborly out of respect for my marriage. Amanda was single, no kids, taught fitness classes at a studio downtown. One Saturday, I was changing the oil in my truck when Amanda came over. Hey neighbor, she smirked leaning against my toolbox. Haven't seen you around much lately. Been on the road a lot, I said, wiping my hands on a rag. She looked good. Tank top, shorts, the works. She smiled at me different than before, more intent. So I heard through the grapevine that you and Jen have some kind of arrangement now. I looked up at her. Where'd you hear that? Small neighborhood. Jen's been seen around with that guy a few times. Pretty obvious what's happening. She shrugged, just curious if it goes both ways. Before I could answer, Jen's car pulled into the driveway. Her face when she saw Amanda talking to me was priceless. Pure panic. She practically ran over. Dave, what's going on? Amanda smiled innocently. Just saying hi to Dave. Right, Jen said, eyes darting between us. Dave, can I talk to you inside for a minute? The moment we were through the door, she exploded. What the hell was that? You and Amanda. We were just talking, I said calmly, like we've done for years. Don't play dumb. She was practically undressing you with her eyes. I raised an eyebrow. And that's a problem because it's Amanda. The woman I've been telling you for years has a thing for you. I leaned against the counter. I thought we had an open marriage now. Isn't that what you wanted to explore? Her face went through about 5 different emotions. That's different. Amanda is someone we see all the time. It would be weird and messy. So your CrossFit instructor is fine, but my neighbor isn't. Interesting. It's not the same, she insisted. Matt is. He's just casual. No emotions, and you know Amanda wouldn't be casual because she's had a thing for you forever. She'd want more. Jen was practically yelling now. I stayed perfectly calm. So your problem isn't that I might hook up with someone else. Your problem is that it might be someone who actually likes me. That's not what I said. It's exactly what you said, Jen. You're fine with me having meaningless sex with strangers, but God forbid I connect with someone who might actually care about me. The fight continued for hours. Her position kept shifting. First Amanda was off limits because she was a neighbor. Then because she was Jen's enemy, news to me. Then because open marriages should be about new experiences, not old crushes. I finally just walked out and went to the garage. Spent the rest of the day working on my project car. Gave me time to think. Now you can watch the third part by pressing share and more.